And that was a terrible start.
I'm recording. I can edit out the beginning.
I know.
This is welcome to our podcast.
We have a podcast
known as Here's the Thing. James. That's James, not the one who just said James. This one who said James.
That's me, sadly.
That's James. I'm Madison.
I'm Jake.
And that's Jake.
And we're going to start off by giving a bit of background to ourselves. So, Jake, stop. Madison, you can go first since you're the host.
Oh, shit. My name is Madison. I am addicted to comics and The Walking Dead.
Thank you for sharing, Madison.
Jake, go ahead.
All right, I'm Jake. I'm fat. James?
I'm James, and I'm not fat, and I'm kind of arrogant.
Just some friendly banter.
Thank you for sharing.
No problem. So, we are all around the same age. That will not be disclosed. We all, we've been friends for what? I've been friends with Jake for 6 years?
Actual friends like 3.
Yeah, well, that's not play technicalities. I've known Madison since 4th grade?
I don't know. I think so.
So how many ever years that is to my age?
Although the last time, I think the first time I remember meeting you was like middle school in a lunchroom.
Yeah, I didn't like when you sat at my table. It really bothered me. Actually.
Yeah.
I made it very clear.
Yeah, I sat at your table. I only talked to someone else.
That was back when I think you basically talked only about Call of Duty.
Okay, well, that's...
Can I edit out this cold opening?
Is there like a start over button?
Yeah, I'll just hit pause.
No, don't.
Just an awkward cut.
We've been friends for a pretty decent amount of time. We all work at the same place, which you will learn about as the podcast goes on, that we truly love it, don't we?
Man, we're really hinting at that.
Anyway.
Like the will continue part.
I'm going to kill myself.
Kind of implied. All right,
well.
Controversial topic, let's go.
We're actually all pretty similar in our interests. What our main interests are probably video games and...
The Walking Dead.
Well, Jake doesn't really like The Walking Dead.
I'm just here.
Yeah.
So, video games and probably just like hanging out. Like we hang out all the time. What would you say, 2 or 3 times a week?
Yeah, I'd say it's gotten to maybe about that point.
And we just usually what we do is we usually just drive around and go random places. It's kind of weird when you think about it. It's really weird when you think about it. When I tell people,
we sit in a lot of parking lots too. It's kind of strange.
We make out. It's great, but
at least we're not some jerks who just kind of play with each other in video games online.
What?
That opens up our Let's Play channel.
By the way, we're starting a Let's Play channel.
No, we're not.
It's called We're Playing the Thing.
Here's the other thing.
We're gonna play it. What was I gonna fucking say? Who knows?
You said no swearing.
I didn't say that.
Oh yeah.
Comedic effect.
Oh my god.
This is shit.
There's a
Actually,
dog.
does it matter if they know our age? Not really.
I'm 18.
Madison is 18. Jake is
17.
And I'm 17 as well.
We're all minors except me.
So we're not all minors.
So 2/3 of us are.
Jake and Madison are seniors in high school, and they both go to a public school in Western New York, and it's in Pennsylvania too.
And it's also in Virginia, and it's also
somehow it crosses over to California.
It's also in
Long
Seattle.
Island.
I went to their school. Like I was in their district up until 8th grade. Now I go to a private school. I still live in the same town, but I just don't go to high school there.
He's a douche.
Guy was my own choice. So shut up.
Yeah, that makes it even douchier.
Wow, that's rich.
We're just exchanging some friendly banter here on Here's the Thing.
I don't know why this is a thing.
That's stupid.
Good stuff.
What are interesting tidbits of information about you guys? Something to like.
I have curly hair.
He has a wicked beard.
I've
He
had
honest to God looks like 25.
I've had a beard since I was like in 6th grade.
Yeah, you've had a
basically.
beard for a really long time.
Yeah, I don't really rember a time where I didn't have a beard.
I think I've seen you shaved once, and it was kind of weird.
Yeah, he looks kind of like
It's
a dick
super
shaved.
I'm not denying that.
Head.
It's a goddamn thumb with an afro. Jake, what's something interesting about you?
He has
Like
Marvel
it.
Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, that's my interesting fact, I guess. I have a game.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, what about you?
He does not have Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
And I do not have a beard. I guess the interesting fact about me is probably my favorite thing in life, besides myself, is probably soccer. I watch it all the time. I play it. I've been playing it for 7 years.
He knows very little about the sport.
I know a lot about the sport. And shut up. I've been watching FC Barcelona for 7 years now. I know people will say, "Oh, you're a glory hunter." Yeah, well, then fucking deal with it. No, it's because the first team I ever watched. Ever since I watched them, I've followed them ever since. I can tell you all about them if you want. You don't want, but the offer's there.
I want to hear it.
What do you want to hear?
I forgot what we were talking about.
Okay.
Okay, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, let's go.
And I guess that's it. And anything else that's interesting about me? I'm not white. I'm also not black.
Yeah, he's
I
like.
could be red. I could
He-
be blue.
I thought he looked more
Could be
of a,
green.
I thought he looked more of a purple.
I mean, thought. Implying that you didn't know what I looked like before we recorded.
Thought of the day.
I mean, I
What
can't.
is James?
I mean, James, I can't see what you look like because this is an audio recording.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm totally not looking at you right now.
yeah,
How are you guys doing?
should we go into like any topics or?
Sure. What?
It doesn't really matter to me.
Okay, we have one topic here that says video games.
Oh, I have a good one. What's your favorite genre of video games?
You can go.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm always first, I guess.
Well, you are the host, as decided on.
About 5 minutes before we start recording.
Not even like 30 seconds.
it was like we're about to start. Who's the host? Everyone's silent, and I'll just go. That's the host.
Did you get all that?
I don't think
Write
so.
that down.
You get a
I
camera
can't.
guy?
My favorite video game genre. I don't know if I really have one. I like horror games. A lot of them suck. I like first-person shooters. Some of them suck. Like Aliens Colonial Marines.
Oh, that was a good game, I heard.
You heard wrong.
10.0 on Metacritic.
If it ain't IGN, I'm not listening.
I guess as long as it has like a good story or has fun gameplay or has a combo of the two, then it's a game I like.
What's your favorite game at the moment?
At the moment,
Yes.
shit, I don't know.
That's the hour mark. It's 3 a.m. where we are. In Alaska.
If you can't hear, the grandfather clock's currently dinging.
All right.
Jake, what's your favorite video game genre?
words.
I don't know. I'm kind of all across the board. More than Madison.
More than me?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, I jump around quite a bit.
You like Mega Man?
I love Mega Man.
So you're a platformer. You play a lot of platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Mega
I'm
Man,
definitely
Super Meat
very into
Boy,
platformers.
Call of Duty.
The platformer.
Batman Arkham Asylum. That's another good platformer.
There's platforms in the game.
Rainbow Six Siege, that's a good platformer, from what I've heard.
CSGO.
Yeah, another good platformer.
Left 4 Dead 3.
My favorite video game genre is definitely FPS. That's another thing interesting. I used to play.
Frames per second.
That's
I'm
the last-
sorry.
Okay!
That's the last time he's allowed to talk.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
okay.
I play still pretty heavily, but I used to play Call of Duty at a pretty, what do you say, decent level of competitiveness.
Yeah, I'd say it was like bottom of the competitive mark.
I'd say if we were...
Well, not like high level.
yeah, okay, yeah, I wasn't pro, and I wasn't gonna. I'd be like, I guess the
You
best.
could go pro if you want.
Anyone who's listening who knows anything about Call of Duty, I'd say I was like a mid-level AM, so a mid-level amateur. I wasn't semi-pro. I was not a pro tier,
Yeah.
but I played a decent amount of GBs. I could hold my own. I played against some pretty high level. I played against pro players before, especially in Black Ops 2, and so I know a lot about competitive Call of Duty. Not as much now because I've kind of strayed away from the scene due to school and soccer and stuff like that. But I used to know a lot. Black Ops 2, I was like amazing at. I have Black Ops 3. Go Bills.
Can confirm.
And I play a lot, and Call of Duty is probably one of my favorite games of all time. It's not my favorite game. My favorite game of all time is tied between Borderlands 2 and Far Cry 3.
Really?
Both very good games.
Borderlands 2 was just
Do you have Borderlands 2 on the PS4?
No, I
I-
have it on the Xbox 360.
You should get the Handsome Collection. It's
Yeah,
got Borderlands
it
2.
was on sale. You missed it.
Yeah, I remember you scolded me about it. I don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
It also has the pre-sequel, and that's what Jake and I were playing a while back.
Yeah, we played it once.
We played it once.
so many times.
It was a while back, and it was only once.
Yeah.
The game, Far Cry 3, I liked a lot. Just I don't know. It was a very smooth game, especially, and the story was decent. But I guess it was the gameplay, especially with how it was open world. I love open world games. Open world games just have so much longevity to it. Like I'll admit, with Call of Duty, I can't play it for very long. I can if I'm like grinding out something.
Yeah.
But I can't play Call of Duty for more than an hour before I either aggravate it or it just kind of gets like stale.
Yeah.
But with
I
like
see what
Far
you
Cry,
mean.
I can play it for like 3-4 hours on end. And that's why I look for in a game is longevity. So I'm not one of those only Call of Duty kids. I hate those types of people.
Yeah.
You got to branch out for different games.
I know we all used to play Grand Theft Auto 5 a lot.
I didn't like it that much.
He hated it because we would always shout.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm relatively not timid. I'm relatively quiet for the most part. I know why are you doing a podcast. I don't know.
Yeah, why are you so arrogant?
Anyone,
There's
Okay.
another one.
anyone
Comes
can
up.
do a podcast, James. All you have to do is believe in yourself.
But remember that. No, I just was never really a yeller for the most part, and they liked yelling a lot.
I am probably the loudest.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
Ty gets loud sometimes.
I feel like that's what's going
Maybe
to
we'll
happen.
have Ty on one day.
Ty is for a bit of background information. Ty is
Our
I'm-
other okay friend.
I've known him for the longest. Me and him have been best friends for about 12 years. It's gonna be 12 years soon, and we've been through like everything. And he's very similar to us, but he just isn't on the podcast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he'll
he's-
probably make some appearances, not
Yeah.
many. I wouldn't bet on
Yeah,
it.
I
won't
feel
bet
like a podcast isn't really something Ty would like to do.
Ty isn't like
No.
Ty is short attention span. He can't sit down for.
I'm kind of the same way. But I don't know.
He's like James
decided
can't
to do this.
James can't play Call of Duty for longer than an hour. Ty can't play it for longer than like 10 minutes.
Ty hops games around a lot.
He does.
Another game I love, ironically, is FIFA. I've actually played at the moment. I play more FIFA than I play Call of Duty. I'm not going to get into competitive FIFA. That just sounds dumb.
There's competitive FIFA.
I can't say I'm too interested in that.
I'm okay at FIFA. I'm like better than decent, but I'm not really good.
I'm not the biggest fan of competitive games. I like playing games just sort of casually, where it's like, yeah, have fun. If I feel like if I
I
play,
think you have to have. I prefer a good balance because
Yeah.
I'll admit I'm an extremely competitive guy, but there's times where I just kind of want
Just relax.
chill.
to take it chill.
play some Rocket League. Love
Like
Rocket.
Rocket League.
Yeah,
You know-
he's
oh.
not into Rocket League all that.
Not a Rocket League guy.
I thought Rocket League would be a
Probably
game
they
you'd
suck
like.
at it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know. I like Rocket League. It's a good game.
I have to say, going back to, I thought of two games that would probably be within my all-time favorite games, and those would actually be Left 4 Dead 2, which is like the first-person shooter game I ever played.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
I
it is.
love that game so much, and I'm really hoping that Left 4 Dead 3 is coming out. But I played Left 4 Dead 2 for like 5 years straight. That was like my main game.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I could tell from the audio cues that they give you, like immediately when something was
Gonna
like
happen.
when a special infected spawned and what one it was just from the audio cues and like when a horde was about to come, and I was insanely good at it. I tried playing it recently and I sucked so much.
One things that I actually thought of just off the spot is you guys' thoughts on like a big part of our life is YouTube and YouTube gamers. It's not
Yes.
as big as a part now,
Yeah.
so we got to focus on other stuff. But it was a huge part of my life for probably the last 5 or 6 years. So like, what are your guys' favorite YouTube gamers or YouTube channels in general? It doesn't have to be gaming.
Actually, one of my favorite YouTube channels that I watch quite frequently is I Hate Everything. I mentioned him to you earlier. He's just super funny.
What, is he like commentary or is he more like kind of like a
He
short video approach?
He's sort of it depends because he has a video that it's like 30 minutes and it's talking about Destiny, and like he likes Destiny, but he feels like they could have done so much better with it.
They could have.
Oh, it's like I like this game, but here's
Yeah.
what I think is wrong with it.
Yeah, and it's not just games.
Yeah.
He's sort of like the way he does his stuff is he talks about stuff and why he either dislikes it or just even doesn't understand it. And he gives like valid reasons and talks about the other side of the story.
Yeah.
And then like gives his counter argument to that. So he's pretty like thorough in the way he does that. And he's also kind of satirical in the way he does it.
So he makes it like funny too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jake.
I don't know. I like a lot of like sketch comedy. It's dumb.
Tim and Eric.
Yeah, Tim and Eric are definitely up there. They're just odd, and I like that about them.
Weird fun is usually the best funny. Or dry humor. Dry humor's good.
Well, if it's done right, it's funny.
Or you can fuck up any type of humor.
That's
Think about
true.
it. My all-time favorite. I mean, I don't watch him much now just because he's changed how he does stuff, and that's fine. Like, I'm not hanging on, but he's just changed how he handles YouTube. Is CNanners. I started watching him in 4th, 5th grade, and I watched his
old.
CNanners. Yeah, I started watching his commentaries on so he did commentaries with Call of Duty 4, World at War. He went through it. I'll admit I watched him kind of for the sake of Call of Duty. But what he did is he took a different approach. He didn't really care that much about his score. He's really friggin' good at Call of Duty. He's insanely good. But he always had interesting topics to talk about. And he's a very smart guy. He articulates himself well. And his commentaries, I don't know, they always interest me. And he doesn't do commentaries anymore. I'm assuming majority of people know who CNanners is. He's extremely popular. He's almost 6 million subscribers.
I think nowadays he usually does.
He does 4-minute videos. And they're funny, don't get me wrong.
Well, they're funny, but they're highlights. It's like a highlight reel.
Yeah, they're funny because he cuts all the funniest stuff that happened to him and puts it together.
I prefer commentaries.
So do I.
And I've watched them. I've been watching the commentaries, the old ones, back again, and it's pretty nice. It's like a feeling of nostalgia. My other two are probably Scump from Optic Gaming. He's changed a bit too, but Bacon Black Ops. Back in Black Ops 2, he would do a lot of live comms, and those were really funny because he's a very loud guy. Like, not loud.
He's energetic.
He's energetic. Yeah, he's really young. He's 20, I think he is.
Is it?
And he's been around the competitive scene for a while too. He's 20 and he's really out there, and he makes the videos entertaining. And then my third favorite is SSOH, Seamus. He does walkthroughs. That's almost all he does. Primarily, it's just long walkthroughs of games, and he's similar to me in the sense that I'm very sarcastic in my sense of humor, and he's extremely sarcastic. So when I watch his videos, I usually find them the funniest because he acts like I do, kind of like a dick.
Yeah,
kind of a shit guy.
Yeah, I would agree with that. To the fullest extent.
I haven't seen any of his videos.
You should watch them; they're pretty good.
I'll give it a watch.
A couple of them.
I think the only actual gamer I watch nowadays is actually Vanoss.
I don't like Vanoss personally.
I just think the videos
His
are
old
funny.
stuff was better, I think.
Was it?
I think
I haven't watched
I think
any of his old
YouTube
stuff.
gaming is actually kind of taking a bad turn.
Really?
Controversial opinion. I just think that it's slowly becoming just who's the loudest, who's the most generic. The humor's lost kind of its cleverness. Here's something. Here's a throwback. Do you guys know Machinima Inbox? And you guys know what that is?
I can't say I do.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, and that shit was clever and funny. Nowadays, it's just
it feels forced.
It's like dumb jokes. It's like jokes that aren't clever. They're not thought out. They're not don't get me wrong. There's funny moments and shit like that, but when it's just sex jokes and jokes about stuff that's okay, yeah, it's funny maybe once or twice, but I don't want it to feel like I'm sitting at a middle school lunch table.
It's I don't know if this is the right term, lowbrow humor.
Lowbrow humor.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for exquisite jokes on politics and economics. I just don't want you to talk about
It's like
sex for an hour and a half.
I look for
sex.
specifically only highbrow jokes, about politics and
That's such
the
a
economy.
liar. He's such a liar. He's the least highbrow guy I know.
Hey, man.
I found.
Oh, don't even lie about it.
No, not at all.
I found that apparently I am a big fan of dark humor to the point where I didn't even realize that dark humor was dark humor. I just thought it was normal humor. There was an episode of this cartoon called Bravest Warriors, and the episode was going to be written by Jonan Vasquez.
Yeah.
And there were these advertisements for it where he was giving interviews about dark humor and why the episode was going to be dark humor and all that. And then when I go to watch the episode, I watch it and I liked the episode, but afterwards I was sitting there thinking, that wasn't dark humor, that was normal humor. And then a few weeks later, after giving it some thought, I was like, oh, you know what? That probably was dark humor.
Bravest Warriors was done by the same guy that did Adventure Time.
The pilot episode was, and then I think the series itself that's on Cartoon Hangover, I think is the channel.
Yeah.
The series itself is done by his roommate. I forget his name, and I can't look it up because my phone's recording.
They have very.
We're talking about we're in
very-
a high-tech studio.
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
I mean, by phone recording, I mean this microphone,
That's in
high-tech
this-
7 microphones we
we're
have.
we're in New York City right now, and
Welcome to Surround Sound.
Hi,
Bill Gates is next to us right now. He's like, wow.
Bill Gates, what do you think of our setup? It's pretty great, guys!
Thanks, Bill. Get out.
No!
All right. Good stuff all around.
Oh, gosh. Do you guys still watch cartoons?
I would like to, but I don't really watch TV anymore.
I don't really, watch TV either. I just sort of only tune into TV for shows that I like. Which basically comes down to The Walking Dead and Steven Universe.
Yeah, you and James are both huge Walking Dead fans. You've been there since
I
the start.
own all the comics, but in volume form rather than issue form. So I don't know if that's less or more impressive. Probably less impressive.
Well, I mean, because if you own the separate comics, then you have a ton of them.
I'm not a big fan of issues.
Neither am I.
They feel too fragile to me.
I don't read a lot of comics, but fun fact, a comic book series I read all of is the Left 4 Dead comics. The online version. I didn't
Oh
know
god,
yeah.
I love it. I actually have the printed version of that comic. It's this big hardcover book.
I saw it at a bookstore. It was 2 years ago.
It's
I saw
$20.
Yeah, well, it was 30 at the time.
Or actually, no, it's probably $20 is about how much just an individual volume
Yeah.
is.
So it was.
Comics are expensive.
Yeah,
They are really expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I've actually I've read that most people haven't read actually is I've read almost all of the Halo books.
Really.
I've
People
only
think
read
that
2 of
because
them.
I play Call of Duty competitively, they think I hate Halo or something. I play Halo. I don't play anymore because I have a PS4 now. I don't really like Xbox, but I played Halo a lot, and I was decent at it. But I always was intrigued with the story,
Yeah.
so I read
Sorry,
the
really
books, and the
interesting.
books aren't fucking some stupid fanfic. They're really in
No,
depth.
yeah.
They're long reads. They're long books.
well, it's
The
the
2
ex-
that I've read are pretty well written.
Yeah, it's the extended universe of Halo, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
It's they have one. My favorite out of the 2 that I've read is The Fall of Reach,
I had that
which
one.
it's sort of I guess it kind of takes place before and around the same time as the Halo Reach game.
Yeah.
But it's about Master Chief rather than the Noble Six team. And the other one I have is The Flood, which is basically a retelling of the original Halo game.
That's
Okay.
it.
That game had my favorite story, but I haven't played 3, so
You haven't played 3?
I have not played 3. That's
Really?
That's shocking. Everyone's played 3.
3
Yeah.
and ODST are the only ones I haven't played the
I
story all the way
hated
through.
ODST.
I didn't
It was
mind
too
it.
much of a change for me.
I didn't mind it.
And apparently, Halo 5 has it's got apparently really good gameplay, but really shitty story. So
Well, yeah, 'cause
you're not
they-
missing out there.
Yeah, because
apparently.
it's they did the Halsey approach. They're not. They basically ever since the war ended in Halo 3. Spoiler alert. If you haven't fucking.
If you haven't
It's been
played,
7 years.
if you haven't-
It's been quite a long
if you haven't played Halo 4 or at the
you're
very
sorry,
least,
pal. You're late. I don't care if I spoil a 7-year-old game.
Halo 4 was the first game we played, actually.
was it
Together?
just ever just
We were really late to the video game scene.
Or really on time, depending on how you look at it.
Halo 4 was a really good game.
It was.
Yeah, I liked it.
People didn't like it that much, though. Majority of the opinion was
I think it's sort of like
They released that the same day as Black Ops 2, and that's when Call of Duty probably put the final nail in the coffin. To Halo.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was something along the lines of that weird hate that I think Star Wars Episode 7 got a little bit of this weird hate where it's it was hyped and then it came out and it's really good, but then people are bashing it because
People held
it's
it
cool
to too
to-
high of expectations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Like they
it's
expected perfection.
that's why I don't watch trailers anymore. Is if I know I'm gonna get something, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna watch the trailer for it.
Because you already know what the basic
Yeah,
plot
and
is.
Yeah.
And if I don't know what the thing is, I'll watch one trailer, probably the shortest trailer I can find. And if I'm intrigued, I won't watch any more, and I'll probably watch
Yeah,
it.
and just wait until that's all done. The only trailer I've watched at all in probably 3 years is No Man's Sky,
Yeah,
which
That
I'm
looks
very
good.
excited for that game.
I'm excited most for The Division. That game looks fun. I haven't played the beta, but it looks like a lot of fun.
Jake has played the beta.
I have. It's actually pretty decent.
It looks pretty cool. I played a little bit of it. I didn't really know what was going on, so I just kind of ran around, and people shot at me, so I shot back.
Sounds like
And
Detroit.
I learned how to climb up walls. That's about it.
It's like Mirror's Edge meets Detroit.
Yeah, except not quite.
Except not at all like Mirror's Edge.
Yeah.
But a lot like
except,
Speaking of which,
shooting.
Mirror's Edge Catalyst is coming out. I'm excited for that.
I have not played Mirror's Edge.
You've Mirror's Edge?
Mirror's Edge.
You want to try that one again, or no?
I'm getting knocked out from you.
Yeah.
Okay, pal.
It's okay, Jake. We all have slip-ups. I don't know why I said it's okay, Jake.
Who's accompanying Jake? God, it's freezing in here.
No, it's not.
Short sleeve shirt was a bad idea.
Hoodie was a good idea.
To be fair, Jake, I also think it's cold.
It's freezing.
You're
in
wearing
here.
a hoodie.
We're drinking water too.
Cold water.
I mean,
This one's
drinking
probably a
water
bad
is
idea.
better
I mean, I was
than
gonna drink
dying.
boiled water, but I decided that's probably a bad idea.
Oh wow. Yeah, I can see how you think that'd be a bad idea.
Probably hurt.
I disagree.
I don't like, going back to Halo 4 real quick, I don't like how they explained why you're still fighting the Covenant. It's like they didn't give
It
any...
makes more sense than them just kind of being. Wait, they did. You're saying
I don't like the way they explained it, because Master Chief's like, the Covenant, what the heck? We made allies with those guys, and then instead of having some sort of like actual reason for why they're all fighting the Covenant again, Cortana's just like, this a lot can happen in 4 years, and you're just
Well,
like,
I think the explanation was that that there's rogue Covenant.
Yeah.
That the Covenant government.
they didn't make that very clear in the game.
The Covenant government is like
The Covenant.
the government.
Anyways, continue.
I don't know where I was going with that. I guess the best analogy would be like, so let's say a government says like, we're not at war with you anymore, but there's still going to be some people who still hate that other country.
Yeah.
So they'll still maybe
Yeah.
attack them. That doesn't mean it's officially that like.
Sort of
That
like,
also doesn't mean it's okay.
So like officially the Covenant and the humans are fine, but there's still rogue bands of the Covenant who don't
Yeah.
like humans. They want to
sort of like we're about to get into some serious real world situations here. Islamic terrorists. Not all people are Islamic.
not all people who are
Yeah, not all
Muslim
In fact, most of them
are pretty good.
are good people. Just the terrorists are the loudest.
and the best looking.
You've always been honest.
I mean, to be fair, James knows when someone's pretty good looking because he's the best looking guy here.
Easily.
Easily.
Also the most shallow.
Stop feeding his ego.
What ego? No ego.
There's no ego. You're right.
I feel like Ego is the name of a villain on something.
Yeah, ego.
Oh, Ratatouille. No,
Don't you know? They're pretty evil to me.
Yeah, let go
No.
of the ego.
Well, that
no.
price.
In Ratatouille, the name of the food critic antagonist dude, his name is actually Ego,
I don't think
No,
it's
it
ego.
is.
isn't it?
No.
I swear he
Egon.
calls him. Yeah,
Ghostbusters.
they're making a new Ghostbusters.
I'm looking.
Oh, the all-female one? And
Yeah.
then they're doing another... Isn't it all-male?
Is that a porn
What?
shoot?
All I know is I saw a trailer. All I know is I saw a trailer for Ghostbusters, but it wasn't a trailer for the actual movie. It was a trailer for the trailer. It was like watching it. It's like, who you gonna call?
Oh my
The
god.
This
trailer.
trailer.
The trailer 3/3/2016, and I'm like,
that's
God damn it! Just
I
show
don't-
me the trailer.
I don't remember if it was just like a rumor.
Oh, I love how I'm talking about wanting to watch a trailer when I was just talking about how I don't want to watch them. I just don't know anything about the Ghostbusters film. I want it.
You've never seen the
You're right,
Ghostbusters
yeah.
films?
No, I mean the new one. I've seen the first two.
Back onto Ratatouille. Two interesting facts. Madison or whoever said it was ego was right.
It was Maddie.
Good job. And also, guess when that film came out? 2007.
Seriously?
That's 9
Jesus.
years ago.
That wow. It's weird to
I was
think.
32 back then.
It's weird to think about how
I was
some
92.
some of the stuff we really love came out a long time ago.
Yeah. God, Jesus.
One of my favorite games on the PlayStation 2 is Spider-Man Friend or Foe. The last time I played that was 4 years ago. That's really weird to think about. Left 4 Dead 2 came out, it was 2009, so 7 years ago.
Yeah.
What else? It's also weird to think about stuff in the future. The next time, like the next Spider-Man movie comes
The
out.
world will end.
No. Well, that.
Thank you, Mayans.
Fucking predicted the wrong year, goddammit.
They went 2021. They
It's a common mistake.
Flip-flopped. But by the time the next Spider-Man movie comes out, I'll be in college. That's weird to
I
think
mean, it's
about.
only like a year away. Technically, we won't be in college.
Shut up.
Okay, well, that's...
You are wrong. Stop talking.
Yeah, I don't want to hear your opinion. This may be a podcast, but we don't talk about opinions here. We talk about facts.
Opinions?
Opinions.
It's like papaya in opinion form.
Oh man,
The Papines predicted 2012.
the papayas.
2012.
Well, now
18,000 years in the future.
2012. Now we're just giving Treyarch ideas for Black Ops 4, Jake.
Yeah,
Too late.
I'm sure Treyarch listens to this podcast.
They will.
It's like one entity.
There's going to be one.
It's just a super being.
It's just one guy
It's
named
just
Treyarch
one
sitting in a room.
We have a single view and one comment, and the comment is from Treyarch, and they're like, "Lol, stealing this."
Then we don't make millions of dollars. We only make
We make $2.
billions of dollars.
Oh,
It's like golf, the less the more.
that's how being poor works.
So I gotta say, my favorite game ever was The Amazing Spider-Man 3. I don't know if you guys ever played it.
I have not.
It's terrible.
I've actually
It's the worst game I've ever seen. That's not
Spider-Man.
true.
I'm pretty sure Spider-Man Friend or Foe is the only Spider-Man game I've played.
I didn't
Well, besides
like
no, I
Spider-Man
don't think
Friend or
Ultimate
Foe,
Alliance counts.
but I didn't hate it.
There's some shitty games out there.
There really are.
Spider-Man Friend or Foe. I liked the game, but I can't deny it's a pretty shitty game.
The Walking Dead game, not the Walking, not
Survival
Telltale.
Instinct.
Survival Instinct, not the Telltale one.
Yeah.
Got hammered by critics. I played it at Ty's house. Okay, it wasn't riveting. It wasn't the next like award winner, but
Yeah,
it
it
was
wasn't
decent.
Titanfall.
Call of Duty killer.
It wasn't Brink.
Oh god.
I actually heard Brink has some pretty good like parkour.
It's shitty.
It does have good parkour.
Like that's like the only redeeming thing I heard about it though. Good parkour.
But with Survival Instinct, it was a game where like you had low expectations going into. It was just like you just kind of played the game for the heck of
Well, because
it.
everyone bashed it so
was-
much, so it really just lowered.
Everyone's thoughts on it,
Yeah.
and it wasn't that bad. Okay, I wouldn't rate it over 7. I give it like a 6.5. But
That's
Still
still pretty good.
kind of high.
Yeah, that's
I
still
don't
pretty
know,
good.
I
it's,
Actually.
it's above average.
I didn't mind.
Yeah,
it, to be
that's still
honest.
if you were taking a test in school, that'd be still a passing grade.
Not at my school.
Well, your school sucks.
Okay, well, sorry.
Actually, no, your school. I don't know.
What school do you go to again? Never mind. We're not talking about it.
We go to a school here in Wisconsin where it's super cold.
Wisconsin, California. It's super hot cold.
A state inside a state.
How else would you do it?
It's like,
I don't know.
oh, yeah. How else would you do it?
Moving on.
What cities inside of? I can't talk.
A city inside a state would just be a city. Point one to me. I call that a W.
Oh God.
Well, this was fun. We're at about 32 minutes right now.
We can go
Yeah.
to 45. I believe in us.
Yeah.
Or we can
shouldn't
just
push
end
it.
whatever.
We shouldn't really push it. We
To be
should,
fair,
like-
this is our first one.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought it went pretty well.
Do
We're still going too. It's still recording. Doesn't mean all of this.
This is our outro, by the way.
This has been.
We're still learning.
Ba-ba-da-ba-doop, ba-doop.
This
Dude,
has been-
Jake, do that. Pod safe. Fuck. Do that.
Yeah!
This has been Here's the Thing with our guests. Wait.
Our host guest.
With our guest Randy the Ghost, who doesn't talk.
Our
Hi,
host,
Randy. Hello.
Yeah, apparently he does talk.
so our host Madison,
What's up?
our co-host Jake,
Hey.
And our other co-host, other main host.
sure,
Wait, what?
James.
We're all
me.
really main hosts.
It's me.
in our own way.
Are we all main hosts or are we all co-hosts?
We're all co-hosts.
But
What makes one main host?
so there's no main host.
That's like Power Rangers, Megamorph, and you go into the big
Megamorphin co-hosts.
Megamorph co-host.
go co-host.
That's not the theme song.
Do you want to... It's not even...
I never watched Power Rangers.
That's not my fault. Okay, then we are going to
Talk about that next time.
Next
on
time
Here's
on-
the thing.
Here's the Thangle Dangle.
go Bills.
That's not the name of the show.
Shut up, Jake.